me, Gabriel. We're back here this morning. It's around 9 o'clock right now. Here's our dough that sat on the back porch all night long. This morning it was about 40 degrees on the back porch when I took it, brought it inside at 7 o'clock. So that was about 2 hours ago. I just brought it inside to warm up to room temperature a little bit. This is my proofing basket. I'm gonna shape my dough, and here's my rice flour. I got my spatula. I got my scraper, or I'm gonna use this to help shape. And then here's my little sieve that I'm going to dust the dough with. So first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of use my rubber spatula to loosen the dough like this. All right, I'm gonna wet my hands. Now I'm gonna lift it from the middle. I'm gonna flop it down on the counter like that. And then I'm gonna just kind of tuck in the sides a little bit. I use my scraper. I'm gonna put the edge, let's get that wet a little bit, the edge on the cutting board, and then I'm gonna have my hand right on top, and I'm gonna pull it towards myself, and I just kind of work around the loaf, taking the edges and pulling it towards myself until it's kind of nice and round. If you see any big air bubbles like this, you can just pop those. That looks pretty good. A little bit more. And now you can see it has some good surface tension, and it's in a nice round loaf-like ball. So now I'm gonna take my rice flour and I'm gonna dust the top of the bread. And just kind of whoosh it around a little bit. And then I like to kind of push the rice flour underneath the loaf just so it comes off a little easier. I take it here, I just kind of lower it in. Sometimes it's disconnected a little bit, so I just kind of pinch it together here and there. And then, Zelda, can you get my handy plastic bag cover that's right over there? I take my cover, cover it up, and then we're gonna preheat our oven along with our Dutch oven and let this sit for about an hour while the oven preheats. So we're gonna preheat the oven to 475, and we're gonna put the Dutch oven and the lid both inside the oven. So we'll see you in a little bit. All right, bye. Hello, it's 10:30. It's a little later than I'd like, but that's all right, happens sometimes. So here's our loaf. You can see it's kind of a little jiggly. If you look to the side, it's kind of come above our basket. I didn't show you that beforehand, but that's where we're at. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna take my parchment, which I've used to bake many loaves. I'm gonna stick it right on top here. And I take my cutting board and I'm gonna put it on top, but I'm not gonna lay any weight, and I'm gonna flip it over. I'm gonna lift this off. Now I'm gonna score my loaf. So I'm gonna do a little hashtag here. Over here. There we go, good enough. Now, very important when you're taking your Dutch oven out of your oven mitts. sometimes it's easy to forget, and then you grab a hot Dutch oven and you burn yourself, so don't do that. So I'm gonna open this up. Here's my Dutch oven. Put the lid here. Take one of my gloves off. Now I'm gonna just kind of fly it into the Dutch oven. Here we go. I just want to get a shot of it right there. I'm gonna put my oven mitt back on. I'm gonna cover it up. It's gonna go in here. It's at 475, and I'm gonna bake it for 18 minutes. And then I'm gonna turn down the temperature to 425. We'll see. After 18 minutes, I took off the top of my bread and I turned down the temperature. It's been another 18 minutes, so it's been 36 minutes altogether. Depending on how hot or cool your stove is, your cooking time will probably change, but this is what seems to work for me. So we're gonna take the bread out. Here it is. Lost some towels here, that's fine. And then I'm gonna put my other oven mitt on. I'm gonna lift it. Here you can take a look at the bottom. There's the top. I'm gonna lift it. I'm gonna put it over onto our drying rack or our cooling rack. And we're gonna let our bread cool for let's say an hour, and before cutting into it. Because right now it's still pretty. If you tap on it, it's still pretty hard, so it's still cooking inside. In an hour from now, when you tap on it, it's gonna have a lot of give to it. So that's it for now. We'll see you in a little bit. Bye. I cut into our loaf here. I don't know how long it's been, but my family says it's been enough time. So here we go. You know, some people like to cut it right in the middle because they like that, you know, nice, like the awesome crumb shot. But I just cut from the side. And so here we go. This is always Loretta's piece, the heel. This is Loretta's piece. And it looks pretty good. I personally don't like the giant holes because I feel like my butter always like falls through, but that's just me. And Zelda and LSA also want a piece. There we go. That's Zelda laughing.
Dad.
Of course, I'll also take a piece. It's still pretty warm. You can see it's has a lot more give to it. Yeah.
Hey, he got the bigger one.
Yeah. Oh, it's not a bigger one.
Mom, can you share have a bite of the butt?
And then when I'm done, I always put it flat down like this on my cutting board so that it stays nice and moist, and it'll keep like this for 3 or 4 days. By the 4th day, it gets pretty hard. But I never, unless I'm going camping, I never put my bread in a bag. All right, thanks.